Close your eyes and let yourself drift into the snowy kingdom of Arendelle, where love grows as gently as snowflakes settling on pine branches. Tonight, we're following a story that unfolds like a warm blanket on a winter evening. A tale where hearts discover each other, not through grand gestures or dramatic declarations, but through the quiet magic of everyday moments shared between two souls meant to find each other. You know, there's something beautiful about love stories that don't need to shout to be heard. The kind where affection blooms slowly, like spring flowers pushing through the last patches of snow. Anna and Kristoff's story is exactly that kind of tale. One where every glance, every shared laugh, and every moment of understanding builds something deeper than passion alone ever could. It's the sort of love that feels like coming home after a long journey. Warm and safe and perfectly right. Picture the kingdom of Arendelle as the sun begins its descent behind the mountains, painting the sky in shades of lavender and rose gold. The marketplace is settling into evening quiet. Merchants closing their stalls with satisfied sighs after a day of good trade. Children's laughter echoes from the castle courtyard, where they've been building snow forts under the watchful eyes of their parents. Somewhere in this peaceful scene, Anna is discovering that the most extraordinary adventures often begin with the most ordinary moments. Anna stands at her bedroom window, watching the world below transform in the gentle light of dusk. Her copper hair catches the last rays of sunlight, creating a halo of warmth around her face. She's been thinking about Kristoff more and more lately, though she can't quite put her finger on when these thoughts began to feel different. When did his crooked smile start making her heart skip? When did the sound of his voice, calling her name, become the highlight of her day? The truth is, love doesn't announce itself with trumpets and fanfare. It creeps in quietly, like morning mist over a still lake. One day, you're simply friends, sharing jokes and comfortable silences, and then suddenly you realize that somewhere along the way, friendship has deepened into something more precious than gold. Anna is beginning to understand this mysterious transformation, even as she struggles to name what she's feeling. Down in the castle stables, Kristoff is brushing Sven's coat with the methodical rhythm of someone who finds peace in routine tasks. The familiar motions calm his mind, though tonight his thoughts keep wandering to a certain princess with sparkling eyes and a laugh that could melt even the most stubborn winter frost. He pauses in his brushing, wondering when Anna stopped being just Elsa's sister and became the person whose happiness mattered more to him than his own. Sven nudges Kristoff's shoulder with his massive head, as if sensing his human friend's distraction. The reindeer has always been perceptive about matters of the heart, perhaps because love, in its purest form, is as natural as breathing. Animals understand what humans sometimes complicate, that love is simply the desire to care for another being completely and unconditionally. The evening air carries the scent of wood smoke and fresh snow as Anna makes her way through the castle corridors. She's decided to visit the stables, telling herself she wants to check on Sven, though her heart knows the real reason for this impromptu journey. Sometimes we need small excuses to follow the pull of our hearts, little stories we tell ourselves to make courage feel more manageable. As she approaches the stable doors, Anna can hear Kristoff's voice, low and soothing, talking to Sven about something she can't quite make out. The sound makes her smile, because there's something endearing about a strong man who speaks so gently to his animal friend. It reveals a tenderness that makes her chest feel warm and fluttery, like butterflies dancing in summer sunshine. She pauses at the doorway, not wanting to interrupt this private moment, but unable to resist watching. Kristoff moves with quiet confidence around Sven, his large hands surprisingly gentle as he tends to the reindeer's needs. There's poetry in the way he cares for his companion, a devotion that speaks to something deep in Anna's heart. This is what love looks like in its everyday form, she realizes. Not grand proclamations or sweeping gestures, but consistent, patient care. When Kristoff finally notices her standing there, his face brightens in a way that makes Anna's pulse quicken. It's not just happiness she sees in his expression, but something deeper, more significant. Relief, perhaps, as if her presence has completed something that was missing from his evening. This is how love announces itself, through the way someone's entire being seems to light up when you enter their world. Anna steps into the stable, breathing in the comforting sense of hay and leather and the particular warmth that comes from being in a space filled with life and care. Sven greets her with his usual enthusiasm, but even the reindeer's affection feels different somehow, as if he too senses the subtle shift in the air between his two favorite humans. The conversation that follows is perfectly ordinary on the surface. Anna asks about Sven's day. Kristoff mentions a delivery he made to a village beyond the mountains. They discuss the weather and the upcoming harvest festival. But underneath these simple words flows an undercurrent of something new and precious, like a stream running beneath winter ice, waiting for spring to reveal its true beauty. What makes this moment special isn't what they say, but how they say it. The way Anna's voice softens when she speaks to Kristoff, as if his name has become something sacred. The way his eyes linger on her face when he thinks she's not looking, memorizing every detail as if seeing her for the first time. The comfortable silences that stretch between them, filled not with awkwardness, but with possibility. This is where true romance begins. Not in the dramatic moments that make for exciting stories, but in the quiet recognition that someone has become essential to your happiness. It's the realization that ordinary moments become extraordinary when shared with the right person, that even mucking out stables can feel like an adventure when you're doing it together. As they work side by side, Anna and Kristoff discover the simple joy of partnership. There's something deeply satisfying about moving in harmony with another person, anticipating their needs and having your own anticipated in return. It's a dance older than civilization, this wordless communication between two people who are beginning to understand that they fit together in ways that go beyond friendship. The evening deepens around them, stars beginning to appear in the darkening sky, visible through the stable windows. Neither Anna nor Kristoff seems eager to end this time together, finding small tasks to extend their shared moments. Anna reorganizes the feed buckets that were already perfectly organized. Kristoff checks Sven's harness for the third time, though it's in perfect condition. These are the delaying tactics of hearts that have found their home, but aren't quite ready to name it yet. Sometimes the most beautiful moments are the ones we try to stretch, like pulling taffy, making them last as long as possible, because we know they're special, even if we can't explain exactly why. When Anna finally laughs at something Kristoff says, a genuine burst of delight that echoes through the stable, something shifts between them. It's as if that laughter has opened a door that neither of them realized was there. Suddenly, the air feels different, charged with potential and sweet possibility. They look at each other for a moment longer than usual, and in that extended gaze, everything changes, and nothing changes all at once. This is how love stories really begin. Not with lightning bolts or dramatic revelations, but with the gradual recognition that someone has become indispensable to your daily joy. It's the understanding that happiness has quietly rearranged itself around another person's presence, that contentment now comes with a face and a name and a particular way of laughing that makes the whole world seem brighter. Whole world seem brighter. The silence that follows Anna's laughter isn't empty. It's full of understanding, the kind that settles between two people who are discovering they speak the same unspoken language. Kristoff finds himself memorizing the sound of her joy, storing it away like a precious treasure he can revisit during lonely moments on mountain trails. Anna, meanwhile, notices how his eyes crinkle at the corners when he's truly happy, creating tiny maps of all the times he's smiled. Sven shifts contentedly in his stall, as if he too feels the gentle transformation happening around him. Animals have an intuitive understanding of love's quiet arrival. They recognize the way voices soften, the way movements become more careful and considerate, the way two separate beings begin to orbit each other like planets finding their perfect dance. As they continue their evening tasks, Anna finds herself paying attention to details she'd never noticed before. The way Kristoff's hands are both strong and gentle, capable of moving heavy loads, but tender enough to untangle a knot in Sven's mane without causing discomfort. The way he hums under his breath while he works, creating a melody that seems to make even mundane chores feel musical. These small observations feel important, like pieces of a puzzle she didn't know she was solving. Kristoff, for his part, is discovering that Anna brings light to everything she touches, not just the obvious radiance of her personality, but something more subtle. The way she arranges the grooming brushes in a neat row, creating order from chaos. The way she speaks to Sven with the same respect she'd show a visiting dignitary, recognizing the reindeer's importance not just as a working animal, but as a beloved friend. These moments reveal depths to her character that make his heart feel both full and hungry for more. The stable lantern casts dancing shadows on the wooden walls, creating an intimate cocoon of warmth and golden light. Outside, the first real darkness of night has settled over Arendelle. But inside this small space, time seems suspended. Neither Anna nor Kristoff mentions the lateness of the hour. Some moments exist outside of time's normal rules, and wise hearts know not to question such gifts. They begin to share stories without realizing it, small anecdotes that reveal who they are beneath their public roles. Anna tells him about the way she used to sneak into the castle kitchens as a child, not to steal sweets, but to watch the bakers work their magic with flour and fire. There was something mesmerizing about the transformation, she explains. The way simple ingredients could become something that brought joy to others. Kristoff responds with his own memory of learning to read the mountain weather from his adoptive troll family. He describes how the eldest troll taught him that storms announce themselves long before they arrive. If you know how to listen, the wind changes its song. The animals grow restless. Even the rocks seem to hold their breath. It's a skill that saved his life more times than he can count. But tonight, it feels important to share this knowledge with someone who might understand its value. These exchanges aren't just conversation. They're the careful unwrapping of two hearts, each revealing precious pieces of themselves to see if the other will handle them with care. Anna treasures each story Kristoff shares, recognizing them as gifts of trust. Kristoff finds himself hanging on every word Anna speaks, not just because her voice is pleasant to listen to, but because each detail helps him understand the remarkable person she's become. The evening continues to deepen around them, and with it, their sense of connection grows stronger. It's like watching a flower bloom in slow motion, each moment revealing new layers of beauty and complexity. Anna discovers that Kristoff knows the names of all the stars visible from Arendelle's mountains, learned during countless nights spent camping under the open sky. Kristoff learns that Anna can identify every bird that nests in the castle grounds by their song alone, a skill developed during years of listening from her bedroom window. These shared revelations create threads between them, invisible but strong, weaving a tapestry of understanding that will only grow more intricate with time. Love, Anna realizes, isn't just about grand romantic gestures. It's about discovering that someone else finds the same small details of life fascinating and important. As they work together to settle Sven for the night, their movements become naturally synchronized. Anna anticipates when Kristoff will need the blanket, passing it to him just as he reaches for it. Kristoff positions the water bucket exactly where Anna can easily reach it to refill it. This wordless cooperation feels like a glimpse into a possible future, one where such harmony might extend beyond evening stable chores. The reindeer watches his two favorite humans with what can only be described as satisfaction. Sven has always been an excellent judge of character, and he's observed the growing connection between Anna and Kristoff with the patience of someone who knows that the best things in life unfold in their own time. Tonight, he senses that something important is shifting, like the moment when winter finally yields to spring. When their tasks are finally complete, Anna and Kristoff find themselves reluctant to part ways. The stable feels like a sanctuary where the outside world's expectations and responsibilities can't reach them. Here, they're not a princess and a mountain man with different backgrounds and social positions. They're simply two people who've discovered they enjoy each other's company more than they enjoy being alone. Kristoff offers to walk Anna back to the castle, and she accepts with a smile that makes him feel like he could conquer dragons if she asked. The path between the stables and the castle isn't long, but they walk it slowly, extending their time together for as long as possible. The night air is crisp and clean, carrying the scent of pine needles and the promise of fresh snow. Above them, the aurora borealis begins its nightly dance across the northern sky, painting the darkness with ribbons of green and gold and blue. They stop to watch the celestial display, standing close enough that Anna can feel the warmth radiating from Kristoff's presence. The northern lights seem especially vibrant tonight, as if the sky itself is celebrating the quiet miracle happening below. Anna has seen the aurora countless times throughout her life in Arendelle, but tonight the dancing lights seem different, more meaningful, more beautiful. She realizes that sharing wonder with someone special transforms the experience, makes it richer and more memorable. The lights themselves haven't changed, but her capacity to appreciate them has expanded simply because Kristoff is beside her, sharing in the awe. They stand in comfortable silence, each lost in their own thoughts while remaining acutely aware of the other's presence. Kristoff finds himself wishing this moment could last forever, this perfect balance of companionship and wonder under the magical northern sky. Anna discovers that happiness can be so quiet, it's almost whispered, so gentle it feels like a secret between her heart and the universe. The aurora's performance continues above them, wave after wave of colored light flowing across the darkness like a river in the sky. Neither Anna nor Kristoff speaks, understanding instinctively that some moments are too perfect for words. Instead, they simply exist together in the space between friendship and something deeper, letting the night and the lights in their growing connection weave together into something beautiful and new. When the display finally begins to fade, they continue their slow walk toward the castle, both knowing that something precious has been shared between them under the dancing lights. Tomorrow will bring new opportunities to explore this budding connection, new chances to discover what they might become together. But for tonight, it's enough to walk side by side, their footsteps creating a gentle rhythm in the snow, their hearts beating in time with possibilities neither is quite ready to name. As they reach the castle steps, Anna turns to face Kristoff, and in the gentle glow of the courtyard lanterns, she sees something in his expression that makes her breath catch. It's not desire or passion, but something quieter and perhaps more powerful. Recognition, the look of someone who has found exactly what they didn't know they were searching for. Her heart responds with a flutter that feels like the first warm breeze of spring after a long winter. Kristoff clears his throat softly, suddenly aware that this moment feels different from all the others they've shared. More significant, more fragile. He wants to say something meaningful, something that captures the strange, new lightness in his chest. But the words feel too big and clumsy in his mouth. Instead, he simply says, "Good night," his voice carrying more tenderness than he intended, revealing more than he planned. Anna's response is equally gentle, a soft good night that lingers in the air between them like a promise. She doesn't immediately turn to go inside, and he doesn't step away. They exist in this suspended moment, both sensing that something important has shifted, but neither quite ready to examine it too closely. Some feelings need time to settle, like snow finding its perfect resting place. When Anna finally does turn toward the castle doors, she moves slowly, glancing back once to find Kristoff still watching her with that same wondering expression. The sight sends warmth spreading through her chest, a feeling so sweet and unexpected that she has to pause at the threshold to catch her breath. Love, she's beginning to understand, announces itself not with fanfare, but with this quiet sense of rightness, this feeling of pieces clicking into place. Inside the castle, Anna makes her way through the familiar corridors with steps that feel lighter than air. The tapestries and paintings she's seen thousands of times before seem different somehow, more vibrant, as if the entire world has been touched by some subtle magic. She realizes that joy has a way of transforming everything around it, making even ordinary surroundings feel enchanted. In her chambers, Anna prepares for bed with unusual care, taking time to brush her hair until it shines like copper in the candlelight. She finds herself thinking about Kristoff's hands as she works the brush through her curls, remembering how gentle they were with Sven's harness, how careful and considerate. There's something deeply appealing about a strong person who chooses gentleness, who has the power to be forceful, but prefers to be kind. Meanwhile, Kristoff takes the long way back to his own quarters, needing time to process the evening's unexpected developments. The mountain paths that usually feel like home tonight seem secondary to the memory of Anna's laughter echoing through the stable. He spent years finding peace in solitude, But suddenly, the prospect of spending more time with someone else doesn't feel like a burden. It feels like a gift. Back in his room, Kristoff sits on the edge of his bed, still fully clothed, staring out the window toward the castle, where Anna is presumably settling into sleep. The distance between them feels both vast and insignificant. Vast because of their different worlds, insignificant because of the connection that seemed to bridge every gap tonight. He wonders if she's thinking about him too, if she felt the same shift in the air between them. The answer, of course, is yes. Anna lies in her bed, covers pulled up to her chin, replaying every moment of the evening in her mind. The way Kristoff's face lit up when she appeared in the stable doorway, the comfortable rhythm they found working together, the shared wonder of watching the aurora paint the sky with impossible colors. Each memory feels precious, worth savoring and protecting. Sleep comes slowly to both of them, their minds too full of new possibilities to settle easily into rest. But when it finally arrives, it brings dreams painted in soft colors and filled with gentle laughter. Dreams of shared mornings and comfortable silences, of hands finding each other in the darkness and hearts beating in perfect synchronization. The next morning dawns clear and bright, with sunlight streaming through windows like liquid gold. Anna wakes with an unusual sense of anticipation, as if the day holds promises she's not quite ready to name. She dresses with extra care, choosing a blue dress that brings out her eyes, though she tells herself it's simply because the fabric feels particularly soft against her skin. Kristoff rises early, as always, but finds his usual morning routine interrupted by thoughts of copper hair and sparkling eyes. He tends to Sven with his characteristic thoroughness, but the reindeer seems to sense his distraction, nudging him playfully, as if to say he knows exactly what's occupying his human friend's mind. The morning hours pass, with both Anna and Kristoff finding excuses to linger near places where they might encounter each other. Anna takes an unusually long walk through the castle gardens, pausing to admire flowers she's seen bloom every year of her life. Kristoff makes several unnecessary trips between the stables and the castle courtyard, always with some perfectly reasonable errand that happens to take him past the windows where he might glimpse a flash of blue fabric. When they finally do cross paths near the fountain in the main courtyard, the moment feels both inevitable and surprising. Anna's face brightens immediately, her smile so genuine and delighted that Kristoff feels his own expression transform in response. The morning suddenly seems more beautiful, the air cleaner, the world more full of possibility. Their conversation begins with pleasantries about the weather and their respective morning activities. But underneath these simple exchanges runs the same current of connection they discovered the night before. Every word feels significant, every shared laugh like a small celebration. Other people move through the courtyard around them, but Anna and Kristoff exist in their own bubble of awareness, focused entirely on each other. Kristoff mentions that he needs to make a delivery to a village in the lower mountains. Nothing dangerous or far, just a routine trip that will keep him away for most of the day. As he speaks, Anna realizes with surprise that the prospect of not seeing him until evening feels like a genuine loss. When did his presence become so important to her daily happiness? Without quite planning to, Anna asks if she might accompany him on the journey. She frames it as curiosity about the outer villages, a princess's duty to know her kingdom. But they both understand the real reason. She wants to spend more time with him, to continue exploring this new dimension of their friendship. The request hangs in the air between them, more significant than it appears on the surface. Kristoff's immediate yes comes without hesitation, revealing how much he too wants to extend their time together. The smile that accompanies his agreement is so warm and genuine that Anna feels her cheeks flush with pleasure. They're both discovering that the best adventures aren't always about grand quests or dangerous missions. Sometimes, the most meaningful journeys are the ones taken simply to enjoy someone else's company. As they make preparations for their trip, Anna finds herself moving with unusual energy and purpose. She chooses practical clothes suitable for mountain travel, but she can't help selecting items that she knows look particularly flattering. It's not vanity, exactly, but rather a desire to present her best self to someone whose opinion has suddenly become very important. Kristoff harnesses Sven with extra care, checking and double-checking every strap and buckle. The reindeer watches these preparations with what appears to be amusement, occasionally snorting softly, as if commenting on his human friend's obvious nervousness. Sven has carried them both before, but today feels different. Today, they're not just traveling together out of necessity, but out of choice. When Anna appears at the stable, dressed for their journey, Kristoff feels his breath catch in his throat. She looks beautiful, yes, but more than that, she looks ready for adventure, ready to trust him with her safety and her time. The responsibility feels both weighty and wonderful, like being given custody of something infinitely precious. The morning air is crisp and clean as they set out, Sven's hooves creating a steady rhythm on the mountain path. Anna sits beside Kristoff on the sled, close enough that she can feel the warmth of his presence, far enough that their closeness feels natural rather than forced. The landscape around them unfolds like a storybook illustration, all snow-covered peaks and evergreen forests sparkling with frost. As they travel deeper into the mountains, their conversation flows as naturally as the wind through the pine branches. Anna asks about Kristoff's childhood with the trolls, genuinely curious about the family that raised him with such love and wisdom. Kristoff shares stories that reveal not just his past, but his character. Tales of learning responsibility by caring for younger trolls, of discovering that true strength comes from protecting others rather than proving dominance. In return, Anna opens up about her own childhood, the years of isolation that taught her to find joy in small things and to treasure human connection when it finally came. She describes watching the world from her window, learning to read the moods of the kingdom through the sounds that drifted up from the courtyard. These weren't years of self-pity, she explains, but of preparation, learning to appreciate what many people take for granted. Their stories weave together as they travel, creating a tapestry of shared understanding. They discover unexpected similarities, moments where their different paths led to similar insights. Both learned early that love requires patience and sacrifice. Both understand that real strength is often quiet, expressed through daily choices rather than grand gestures. The village they're visiting appears ahead of them, like something from a fairy tale. Small wooden houses with smoke curling from their chimneys, children playing in the snow-covered streets. The delivery Kristoff needs to make is simple enough, supplies for the local blacksmith, but Anna finds herself fascinated by the warm welcome they receive from the villagers. She watches as Kristoff interacts with the local people, noting how he remembers names and asks about family members, how he listens carefully to their concerns and offers practical advice when asked. This isn't the behavior of someone who simply delivers goods and leaves. This is someone who genuinely cares about the communities he serves, who sees his work as more than just a job. The villagers, for their part, treat Kristoff with obvious affection and respect. Children run up to greet Sven with delighted squeals, and their parents invite both travelers to stay for lunch. Anna finds herself welcomed, not just as a princess, but as Kristoff's companion, someone worthy of their hospitality simply because she's with him. The acceptance feels warm and genuine, like being invited into an extended family. Over a simple but delicious meal of hearty stew and fresh bread, Anna listens as Kristoff discusses practical matters with the village elders. Questions about winter supplies, concerns about a bridge that needs repair, news from other mountain communities. She realizes that he serves as more than a delivery man for these remote settlements. He's a connection to the wider world, a trusted friend who helps maintain the bonds that hold the kingdom together. As they prepare to leave the village, Anna feels a deep sense of contentment settling over her. Today has revealed new dimensions to Kristoff's character, shown her the man he is when he thinks no one important is watching. The truth is, he's exactly the same person he's always been, kind and reliable and genuinely caring. But now she sees these qualities in a different light, appreciates them on a deeper level. The journey back to Arendelle takes them through some of the most beautiful scenery in the kingdom. Valleys where the afternoon sun turns the snow into fields of diamonds. Forests where the trees stand like silent guardians covered in white velvet. Anna finds herself storing away every detail, wanting to remember not just the sights, but the feeling of experiencing them with Kristoff beside her. As the castle comes into view in the distance, both Anna and Kristoff feel a familiar reluctance to let the day end. They've discovered something precious in these hours together, a sense of partnership and compatibility that goes beyond mere friendship. The sled seems to slow of its own accord, as if Sven, too, understands that some journeys deserve to be savored rather than rushed. The afternoon light begins to soften as they approach the final bend in the mountain path, casting long shadows across the snow that remind Anna of fingers reaching toward home. She finds herself wishing the journey could continue indefinitely, this perfect bubble of time where conversation flows like honey and every shared glance feels like a small revelation. Beside her, Kristoff seems equally reluctant to return to the world of duties and expectations waiting within the castle walls. Sven appears to sense their mood, his pace naturally slowing to an almost leisurely amble. The wise reindeer has witnessed enough human courtship rituals to recognize the signs. The way Anna and Kristoff lean slightly toward each other when they speak, how their laughter mingles in the crisp mountain air, the comfortable silences that stretch between them like warm blankets. If reindeer could smile, Sven would be grinning from antler to antler. As they round the last curve, Arendelle spreads before them in all its evening glory. The castle towers catch the golden light, and smoke rises from countless chimneys throughout the kingdom. It's a sight that usually fills Anna with simple pride and contentment. But tonight, it stirs something more complex. Home is calling, but leaving this intimate traveling cocoon feels like stepping out of a beautiful dream. Kristoff notices her slight sigh and turns to study her profile. The setting sun has painted her face in warm amber tones, highlighting the gentle curve of her cheek and the thoughtful expression in her eyes. He's memorized that look over the course of their day together. the way her features soften when she's truly content. It's an expression he finds himself wanting to protect, to nurture, to be responsible for creating again and again. The descent toward the kingdom takes them past the old stone bridge, where mountain streams converge before flowing toward the sea. Anna asks Kristoff to stop for a moment, claiming she wants to stretch her legs, but really, she needs time to process the day's revelations. Standing beside the rushing water, she realizes that something fundamental has shifted in her understanding of happiness. Joy used to be something that visited her occasionally, like a rare bird landing briefly on her windowsill. Now it feels like something that could take up permanent residence if she's brave enough to invite it in. Kristoff joins her by the water's edge, his presence as natural as breathing. They watch the stream flow beneath the ancient stones, carrying mountain snow toward the distant sea. The water moves with purpose and patience, following a path carved by countless years of gentle persistence. There's something poetic about streams, Anna thinks. They know exactly where they're going, but they take time to appreciate every bend in their journey. Without quite realizing it, they've moved closer together as they stand watching the water, not touching, but near enough that Anna can feel the solid warmth of Kristoff's presence, like a promise of safety and comfort. The thought crosses her mind that this is what contentment must feel like. This sense of being exactly where you belong, with exactly the right person. It's not the wild excitement she once imagined love would bring, but something steadier and more sustaining. Kristoff finds himself studying the way the fading light catches in Anna's hair, creating threads of gold among the copper strands. He's always been more comfortable with actions than words, better at showing care through deeds than declarations. But standing here beside her, he feels the pull of language, the desire to find words that could capture what this day has meant to him. The problem is that the feelings are too new, too precious, to risk clumsy expression. The sound of the water provides a gentle soundtrack to their shared silence. Anna closes her eyes and breathes deeply, filling her lungs with the clean mountain air that tastes of snow and pine and possibilities. When she opens them again, she finds Kristoff watching her with an expression so tender it makes her heart flutter, like bird wings against her ribs. Some moments are too perfect to question, too fragile to examine too closely. As they return to the sled, their movements are synchronized in that effortless way that suggests deep compatibility. Anna settles beside Kristoff with a sigh of contentment, pulling her cloak more snugly around her shoulders as the evening air grows cooler. The warmth radiating from his presence seems to create its own microclimate, a circle of comfort that makes the approaching darkness feel cozy rather than cold. The final stretch of their journey takes them through the outskirts of the kingdom, where farmers are completing their evening chores and lamplight begins to flicker in cottage windows. Anna waves to the people they pass, noting how they respond to Kristoff with the same genuine warmth she witnessed in the mountain village. He's woven himself into the fabric of this community, not through grand gestures, but through consistent kindness and reliability. This realization settles something in Anna's chest, a recognition that aligns with her deepest values. She spent years dreaming of adventure and romance, imagining love as something that would sweep her off her feet and carry her away to exotic places. But watching Kristoff interact with his neighbors, seeing the quiet respect he's earned through years of faithful service, she understands that real love might be less about escape and more about finding someone who makes ordinary life feel extraordinary. The castle courtyard appears ahead, bustling with the usual evening activity of servants completing their final tasks before nightfall. Anna realizes with surprise that she's been away for an entire day, yet it feels both like mere moments and like a lifetime. Time has a different quality when you're truly present in each experience, when every conversation and shared glance feels significant enough to remember forever. As Sven comes to a gentle stop near the stable entrance, Anna finds herself reluctant to climb down from the sled. The day has been perfect in its simplicity, free from the complications and expectations that usually surround her royal duties. Here, traveling with Kristoff, she's been able to simply be herself, the person she is, beneath all the titles and responsibilities. It's a freedom she didn't realize she'd been craving. Kristoff seems to understand her hesitation. Instead of immediately beginning to unhitch Sven, he remains beside her on the sled seat, allowing the moment to extend naturally. The stable lanterns cast dancing circles of golden light around them, creating an intimate cocoon that feels separate from the bustling activity of the courtyard beyond. In this small space, they exist in their own world, where time moves at the pace of heartbeats and every breath feels significant. The stable hands approach to help with Sven, their cheerful greetings breaking the spell of solitude. Anna and Kristoff exchange a look that acknowledges what's ending and promises what might continue. As she finally accepts his hand to help her down from the sled, the brief contact sends warmth racing up her arm, a physical reminder that some connections transcend the merely emotional. Walking beside Kristoff as he tends to Sven's needs, Anna marvels at how natural this feels. She's never been particularly interested in stable work, but tonight, every task seems meaningful when shared. She holds brushes and arranges blankets, small contributions that feel significant because they're part of caring for something important to someone who's becoming important to her. The evening routine unfolds with the same comfortable rhythm they discovered the night before, but enriched now by a full day of shared experiences. Their conversation flows easily between observations about the day's journey and gentle teasing about Sven's obvious enjoyment of all the attention he received from village children. The reindeer, for his part, seems thoroughly satisfied with life, his contentment adding to the peaceful atmosphere of the stable. As they complete their tasks, Anna realizes that she's learned something important about love today. It's not just about the dramatic moments or the grand gestures that make for exciting stories. It's about the quiet pleasure of working alongside someone whose company makes even ordinary tasks feel like small celebrations. It's about discovering that happiness can be as simple as spending an entire day with someone whose presence makes the world feel more colorful and alive. When their work is finished, they find themselves once again reluctant to part ways. The stable feels like neutral territory, a place where they can exist outside their usual roles and simply enjoy each other's company. Anna leans against Sven's stall, watching as Kristoff performs his final checks with characteristic thoroughness. There's something deeply attractive about competence, she realizes, about watching someone excel at something they care about. Kristoff catches her watching him and pauses in his work, a question in his eyes. For a moment, the air between them thrums with possibility, heavy with words that haven't been spoken and feelings that haven't been named. They stand in this suspended moment, both aware that something is building between them, but neither quite ready to define it. Some things are too precious to rush, too delicate to force. The sound of the castle bells chiming the hour, breaks their reverie, reminding them that the outside world continues to exist despite their growing absorption in each other. Anna straightens reluctantly, knowing that duty calls and that her absence will have been noted. But as she prepares to leave, she finds herself making a promise to return tomorrow evening, using the excuse of checking on Sven's well-being. Kristoff's smile at her suggestion is answer enough. He doesn't question the sudden concern for his reindeer's health, just as she doesn't acknowledge that her worry is more for her own well-being than Sven's. They've discovered something worth nurturing, and they're both wise enough to give it the time and space it needs to grow properly. As Anna makes her way back to the castle, her steps feel lighter despite the day's travel. Behind her, she can hear Kristoff humming softly as he finishes his evening routine, the melody carrying on the night air like a lullaby. The sound makes her smile, a private expression of joy that she carries with her through the castle corridors like a warm secret. In her chambers, Anna prepares for bed with unusual thoughtfulness, replaying the day's events like scenes from a favorite story. The way Kristoff's eyes crinkled when he laughed at something one of the village children said. The comfortable weight of his cloak around her shoulders when the mountain air grew cold. The moment by the stream when silence felt more eloquent than any words they might have spoken. These memories feel precious, worth treasuring and protecting. Anna understands instinctively that what's growing between her and Kristoff is delicate in its early stages, requiring patience and care to flourish properly. Love, she's learning, is less like a wildfire and more like a carefully tended garden, beautiful in proportion to the attention and devotion it receives. As sleep begins to claim her, Anna's last conscious thought is a sense of gratitude for the day's unexpected gifts. She's discovered that the most meaningful adventures aren't always about distant kingdoms or dangerous quests. Sometimes the most transformative journeys are the ones that lead you to a deeper understanding of your own heart, guided by someone whose presence makes even familiar paths feel like voyages of discovery. In the stable, Kristoff settles into his own evening routine, but his thoughts remain fixed on copper hair and sparkling eyes. The day has revealed new dimensions to his feelings for Anna, shown him that what he initially mistook for simple attraction has roots that go much deeper. She's not just beautiful or charming, though she's certainly both. She's genuinely interested in his world, respectful of his relationships, and capable of finding joy in simple pleasures. These are the qualities that build lasting partnerships, he realizes, the foundation stones of something that could endure whatever challenges the future might bring. The night settles gently over Arendelle like a soft blanket, wrapping the kingdom in peaceful darkness. In the castle, Anna drifts toward sleep, with a smile still playing at the corners of her mouth. In the stable quarters, Kristoff stares out his window toward the castle towers, wondering if she's thinking of him too. Between them, invisible but strong, something new and wonderful continues to grow, patient as spring flowers pushing through the last of winter's snow, certain as the sunrise that will bring them together again tomorrow. We'll bring them together again tomorrow. Bring them together again tomorrow. And so our gentle tale draws to its peaceful close, like the final notes of a lullaby floating on the evening air. Anna and Kristoff have discovered that love's greatest magic isn't found in grand declarations or dramatic moments, but in the quiet certainty of two hearts recognizing their perfect match. Let yourself drift now into dreams as soft as falling snow, carrying with you the warmth of their growing affection and the promise that true love always finds its way home.